afternoon. It's Monday, May 30th, and Memorial Day. So, cool. Welcome back to BoomerRexTonight, your nearly daily source for news and politics. I'm RisenLadyHeathen. Hey, asshole, what separates our show from other Millennial news podcasts?
That we have a cat sleeping in the middle of our literal round table.
Apparently, he changed his name to asshole.
I mean, he is absolutely an asshole.
Yeah, we had a fight over who was going to get that moniker.
No, not even a little bit. No.
Yeah, I know. That's because you stuck me with Boomer.
And not just any Boomer. We have Mr. BoomerRex himself. You two easily.
That's when people were saying, okay, Boomer, and talking about Boomer Eraser.
Yep.
Boomer Remover, excuse me.
Well, I wasn't going to say it.
You two eat, sleep, and breathe politics, and I'm learning that's 3 unique perspectives we share along with the facts from our literal round table. Let's dig right into our headlines. President Biden says he won't send rockets to Ukraine that could reach Russia.
Oh, a bunch of rude reasons. I'm going to need a second. God, fucking shit.
I know. I am so tired of old half-step Joe. The Russians are consistently firing into Ukraine from Russia, and we should absolutely deliver them weapons that can shoot back. And if that annoys the Russians, fuck them.
We should be looking for things that can get hit that we can say we didn't do.
Yeah. That's true. We should go help and then deny it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, a lot of places we just were had a bunch of AKs on the ground. Grab some, shoot some of Russia's friends. Fuck off.
Oh,
AK on AK violence isn't our fault.
Yeah. Fuck me. How can you be such an imbecile?
Why would you say it? Unless it's a lie. Like, that'd be great. That'd be fucking dope. If it's that, then god damn.
Well, we're talking about
I
sending
no
in the
faith.
multi-launch rocket system, which can reach quite a ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like 130 miles or something. It's a long damn way.
So I hope we fucking lied about it and sent them.
Oh,
I
I'm
becomes as a
perfectly
horrific
good with
goddamn
that.
shock. I hope this means that Russians park their shit out front and not in the inconvenient places where it's hard to hit.
Fair?
Every time you see Joe Biden, he's busy sticking his tail between his legs and running away.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
It's really hard to advocate.
America needs a goddamn leader, and he ain't it.
It's-
And Jesus knows Trump ain't.
Yeah, because like the thing we're worried about is one empire. It's hard to argue for democracy as a concept when this is what it can deliver.
Right?
Right, I've known some people I'd be more willing to install as warlord. And I don't know what anyone says to an American warlord, but I know if we get some carriers, they're going to say yes, sir, just like they do to presidents.
Yeah.
No, this is fucking insane. And to have said it out loud, again, unless it's a lie, which I don't think we're that cute, that would be fucking hilarious.
So anyway, he's just had a run of stupid this weekend. So anyway, he goes to Delaware, and when he returns to the White House, he says, and I quote, "The idea of these high caliber weapons, I mean, there's simply no rational." Hey, fucktard. The AR-15 is a small caliber weapon. It's a .22.
Varmint rifle.
Yeah.
Sorry that humans are included in the varmint category.
Yeah, well, I'm not most of the time. But
Right? 223 works on human-shaped targets. Fuck do you want?
anyway, and this is the whole reason that Democrats should not be talking about assault weapons bans, because they don't know enough to sound anything other than stupid.
Can we just call it assault vagina?
Hey,
Get the Democrat
half-step
trying to
Joe,
pass regulation.
you sounded like a fucking
we call it
moron
assault vaginas,
babbling
Republicans
about the
will-
high-caliber AR-15s. God, you're stupid.
No, shut up. I'm working
Do
on
you not
extended
have
magazines.
counselors? God,
Nope. I'm getting the Republicans
just
in favor of
pathetic. And then, right, he says, Mitch McConnell and John Conran, he says, those guys, those are rational Republicans, and there's a recognition on their part that things can't continue like this. Where the fuck have you been the last 4 years, you subhuman?
Yeah, it's the 4 years. It's been like this for just the 4 years. Not the 8 years we fucked off under Obama.
Peace.
No, it's been like this.
No, there are no rational
And
Republicans,
Clinton
you
didn't talk about the
gibbering
era of big
idiot.
government being over.
Anyway,
All right. Boomer Rex is about damn
you can
time.
take Joe out of Amex, but you can't take Amex out of Joe. I mean, Joe's just old. He wants to be a unity president. There's not going to be any fucking unity. Get off your ass and goddamn leave the left, you stupid son of a bitch.
Hold on. How old is Biden?
He's like 78.
So he's a silent generation. So he should go back to being fucking silent.
Or talk to his advisors before he opens his senile mouth. God. Just every time you think it's safe to go back in the newspaper.
Yeah, 43.
All right. Boomer Rex is about damn time. Let's move on.
All right. So we got an about damn time. At the request of the local mayor, the Justice Department will conduct a review of the law enforcement response to the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School. Good. Excellent. Right? Because they don't have any local reasons to pull punches.
Oh, yeah. I want this conversation to start by someone walking in with whichever team was wherever, bear macing all of them, and then asking a question.
Yeah. The author of the active shooter response has said that what happened in Uvalde was unforgivable.
Good. Yep.
So, which it was.
We're at least starting in the right end of the pool.
You had 19 cowards standing in the fucking hall, and you let them be cowards.
And here's my
Fuck
thing.
'em.
I am getting annoyed at how the media is still portraying this. We know now that the team that they were quote unquote waiting for had been there.
Yeah. For 35 minutes before they finally said, we're going in no matter what you say, you stupid dickhead school sheriff or whatever he is.
Right. But my point is that a lot of the media is still saying they waited, for backup for an hour.
Yeah, and they did not.
Not what happened.
Right.
The backup had been there for at least 35
minutes. That is a false
minutes.
The backup arrived between 12 and 12:10, and they entered the room shortly before 12:58. So they'd been there nearly an hour.
So this is me bashing the media for inappropriate reporting. You need to stop.
No, at some point the media needs to figure out that there is only one acceptable team in this fight. And if they don't...
And they'd like to sell you some soap to make sure your clothes can be as white as they can be.
And that's why they keep coming up the false equivalence and there are two sides to this argument. And
I want to know if it's true that some of the cops went there and got their kids out.
That's what I've been hearing, yeah.
Yeah,
but they wouldn't let any of the parents go in, yeah.
If they were dragging them out the windows, I have no heartburn with that.
I hope.
Yeah.
Again, it's why you need a third party to do this kind of shit. Why there needs to be, right? Yeah. No. You cannot self-investigate this shit.
No, there needs to be an accounting for this. There are now at least a couple of the wounded where the wounds suggest that they bled out during the inaction of... I should go back and find that asshole's name. The coward school sheriff.
So, wait, I might have it written down.
Anyway.
Did we talk about it?
Yeah, we talked about him. So, anyway.
But the cowardly shit demon that sat on his hands.
All right, so let me see if I can dig that up. And while I'm doing that, dumbass of the day.
I just couldn't. I couldn't pass it up. And I know that calling Marjorie Taylor Greene the dumbass of the day is just totally redundant. But anyway, we're talking about, the extremist lawmaker who warned the world of gazpacho police.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Fuck.
So now she's saying the feds are planning to track bowel movements. And so you have to accept the fact the government totally wants to provide surveillance on every part of your life. She keeps peddling this whole pro-Putin, anti-Ukraine. She aligns herself with neo-Nazis and white nationalists. So they want to know what you're eating. And they want to know if you're eating a cheeseburger, which is very bad because Bill Gates wants you to eat his fake meat that grows in peach tree dishes. And I can see somebody trying to teach her that word and saying it's peach tree, right? Think peach tree and then say it quick. But no, she said peach tree dish, like gazpacho police.
Yep.
Anyway, then you'll probably get a little zap that's saying
No, and I believe it was her mouth running faster than her brain, because, hey, we've all been there. Except she's never articulating something that complex or nuanced.
I know.
She's never, drawing an allegory between these two
Yeah.
things and the similarities and then go, oh, shit, no, I meant the obvious one.
Yeah. No, every time she opens her mouth, she proves how incredibly dumb she actually is.
And how little Americans care about who represents them.
Yeah, I'm so sad.
Does Pete Arando?
Yeah, that's the.
Pete Arando?
It's not Pete. Though.
Adirando. He was
Arredondo.
He was identified as the incident commander.
Yeah, he's got a nickname.
I think it's Pedro Arredondo.
That's his nickname.
That's his name. Pete is
Well,
his
the
nickname.
name I have is
Maybe.
Pete Arredondo.
Right.
Yeah, don't know.
That's his nickname.
No fucking clue.
So
Hung
anyway.
out with the guy.
So anyhow, yeah, he's the coward who decided not to go in.
Hey, they're
So-
the cowards that followed orders of a what?
Yeah, I'm just of this know-nothing school sheriff.
Since
Whatever
Frank's all
that
made
is.
up to begin with. But we won't start there. Let's start at the fact that he's saying no, don't.
So anyway, we had two winners of Dumbass of the Day, because Pastor Jack Hibbs argued that policymakers should focus on promoting Christianity instead of gun safety. So we teach our kids in school that God's dead, he's not real, evolution is true, you're nothing but an animal. And it comes back to this horse shit
Yeah, I'm
that
willing to
I
bet
am
that
so tired of from the fucking religious, is I know what's right and wrong, and I'm going to do what's right, and I don't need some God to tell me.
some Iron Age fable. No,
And
more
it
the point I
strikes
was going to
me
say.
that, and if you look at their behavior,
Oh, yeah.
what you will see is that the quote Christians have to have God to keep them from doing the terrible things they want to do. And you look around and see what terrible things they have done.
And hey, I'm willing
I
to bet
look
that
no
if you're
further
fully-
than the Southern Baptist Conference.
Hey, if you're fully task saturated, pretending to have any sort of morality, then yeah, I'm not surprised you can't deal with deep policy questions. That probably means you should get out
Yeah,
the
I-
ring. But the main thing I was going to say originally was I'm pretty sure pray away the shooter is going to work about as well as pray away the gay.
Yep, absolutely. I like Pray Away the Shooter. That's clever. We'll
You're
have to
right.
use that a lot.
Pedro was his name. Pete
Yes.
is his nickname.
Right.
But pretty much almost every article except for one is referring to him as Pete. So
I've
and
seen
I
people
don't.
for people who are curious, that's the
I don't have any heartburn with that. It's like using preferred pronouns and so forth. It's
Yeah.
polite. Right. So, anyway,
but I just wanted to confirm that.
yeah.
So
Well, now his name should be Mud.
Oh, I think it probably is in Uvalde.
I think that one
I
should
think
probably be done in security and the rest. Unless, dude, good news, new career path. Lecturing on how not to do it.
I think he should probably be done in Uvalde.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
I don't think he's going to be happy if he stays there.
I don't think he is either.
All right.
You want me to do what to my cat?
Hand me the fucking cloth that he's laying on. Thank you.
Okay, now he's awake.
All right.
So, Risen is such a wonderful person. She just had me yank my cat's pillow while he was asleep.
No, that
He
is the
was
better
not
part to do.
asleep. He lifted his head and it was barely under him. Shove
Yeah.
it back under.
Give your pillow back. Now you put your head
Now
down
it
again.
tastes like coffee.
Anyway,
Well, he spilled the coffee.
Trump to start a new streaming platform.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you
That's
gotta
gonna go
love
as
those.
well as his Truth Central.
Is there a way to ride this?
Well, it's the same organization, right?
Yeah.
And Truth Social is a fucking swamp and just a disaster.
It's a dumpster fire in the bottom of a crater.
So anyway, they got like $1 billion for the project, and they're
Fool their money or
they're
soon
going to
voted.
start a streaming service. Okay, cool. I think that's excellent, right? Because the list of stuff you stream is going to be my list of stuff to avoid, unless I want to go and laugh.
Or it'll be Truth Social and it won't exist. It'll turn out to be one more vaporware program.
The new streaming service will be a kind of TMTG.
No fucking.
Trump Media and Technology
Yeah.
Group Plus that will craft programming that targets the far right audience of Donald Trump supporters
Yeah.
and highlight shows with a Christian nationalist theme.
Whoa.
So
That's wildly more out fucking loud than they normally are about that.
we'll see how it does.
Fine. Hey man, I was thinking when you were talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, thinking about Peachtree dishes, that damn, you could scam a lot of money doing a bioweapons program for the dum-dums.
Yeah.
All right. Red versus blue.
This was it was a comparison somebody put there and said, as Trump continues to gain traction among conservatives, it's blocking all of the things that make progress possible, right? Global societies, tolerance, inclusion, all of these things have benefited the places that exercised them. And so, in terms of culture and economic status, that collision exacerbates the anger and alienation that have fueled Trump's assault on American democracy, right? The blue states and the places that they are inhabiting in the red states are doing much better than the red state folks.
Yeah.
And they're doing much better for a reason,
Yeah.
which is everything Trump advocates, everything is anathema to working folks. And if you think for a second that that great gibbering orange fool is on the side of working folks, you deserve what's going to happen to
Well,
you.
Pity about
Let's-
everyone
let's-
else
let's
that's
just
going to go
take-
down with the ship.
Yeah.
Let's just take a second and look at all the people throughout Trump's career that he has managed to have do things for him and then refuse to pay or paid a significantly less price because it had to go through the courts.
Didn't pay
Or
anything
his
for it.
investors that he threw under the bus and let them lose their money, or the lenders that loaned him money and wound
Those
up eating
little
it,
girls
or
that were the only people that would sing at his whatever, who he never fucking paid, and now they hate him. What the hell is wrong with anybody who thinks that he gives a fuck about working class people? We just proved like 10 things just off the top of our heads for
Yeah.
people that he fucked over. Just off the top of our heads. That's not even like really doing any research. This is shit that happened. Look it up.
Well, and all he's interested in, he's no plan for America, no plan for America's future, no plan to fix any of the problems that are making America into the failed state that it is currently. He's all about revenge. Anybody who ever done him wrong or ever talked bad about him, he's out to get them. And again, it's the jealousy and the hatred, right? That is the Republican Party today.
And
And if you're comfortable with being that, fine.
If we were healthy, then what Trump would do wouldn't be a problem. It's that we're not. And some of the people who want to come with him are done with democracy as a concept.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. No, we've seen how these fights go. It will be interesting and horrific.
so,
All right, so let's return to Uvalde real quick. I got a couple of things.
okay.
So there was a fifth grader in Florida who was arrested for making a shooting threat to his school. And yeah, the cops were very upset about this. The kid was 10 years old. It's just... So he was arrested for making a written threat to conduct a mass shooting, the local sheriff said. There's video of them arresting the boy. Yeah, it's just crazy.
So what do you do?
He said, right now is not the time to act like a little delinquent. It's not funny. This child made a fake threat, and now he's experiencing real consequences.
Okay. And if that's the case, I'm fine with that. Right?
This kid obviously...
If you mouth off to be funny and have people go, oh my God, cool. So anyway,
this kid is obviously looking for attention, and he got it, and not necessarily
Hopefully they learn
the
something from
attention
this
he
experience.
wanted. But I hope that they get him mental health. help, because it sounds like that.
Or
is
teach him that some
something
jokes
he
aren't
needs.
funny.
Yeah.
And
a
I'm
little
hoping
bit-
it's the
a
latter.
little bit of counseling, I don't think would kill this kid. But that's just me.
Yeah.
So, talk to your kids about this stuff, because I think that where some of this comes from with children is that they see it on the TV, it's made a big noise, but nobody really explains to them. So they don't really understand. So they think that it's okay to joke or make threats like this. And I mean, just fucking take the time and talk with your kids about these incidents, because if you don't, they're still going to hear about it. You cannot shield your children from these things.
I think this
If-
is an accurate
if
assessment
you-
of these kids realizing that we are going to let them die.
If you don't have open communication with your child about these sorts of events and appropriate ways to handle them and such, they could act out in ways like this because they don't understand, or are scared, or confused, or think it's funny.
If the
or-
other idiot parents are going to get you banged up with the security state, they're going to demand to be assembled to keep their child safe from all things great and small
Mhm. So
while the
just,
planet dies.
just, there's ways you can go on the internet, look up how to speak to a child about these things. There's information out there. Just it's important to do this. I've spoken to my child about every major event that has happened, and
Talk to them like adults. It's not fucking hard.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
it's
Yep.
it's important that they have the information, A, to keep themselves safe, and B, so that you up armor them against misinformation. Because if they are not up armored against misinformation, they're just going to listen to whatever their
They're
friends
going to
tell
get
them.
fucking recruited.
What you
Yep.
want is your kid telling their friends, no, that's not true. This is what happened, and this is how,
Yeah.
whatever. And you want your friend to be the voice of reason in their peer group. Be that parent, okay? That's what I'm asking of y'all
Yep.
today.
And at the same time, if you're interested in protecting your kids, you need to fix the failed state.
Yep.
Outlawing today's version of the AR-15 for the 30 days it takes manufacturers to come up with an AR-15 that isn't an assault weapon.
Nope.
I
I
just,
even know where they'll make their first jump to, and I think it's hilarious.
yeah, I know.
Several of those are almost the weapons the left pretends people are using.
Yeah.
And
So-
they still have the little nothing right now.
We're gonna move on to something.
If you think anything besides fixing the economic conditions, and the first step there is a living wage for minimum wage, right? National health care that works so that people don't go bankrupt when they get sick and or die because they don't want to bankrupt their families, right? And we can look at the mental health system, but that will take longer.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you got the other two going, the mental health system isn't going to help you at all. So
Yeah.
Okay, so I have kind of an upbeat, but not really. But anyway, Matthew McConaughey. Uvalde is apparently his hometown.
I didn't know that.
I
and
didn't know that, and wow.
I assume
win.
this has caused a reaction. Yeah, no, Matthew McConaughey is one of those actors who I actually hold
Kinda
up to
like,
for.
yeah.
In an article on NBCnews.com written by Kelhan Rosenblatt. Ah, that's fun. It was said that McConaughey met with families and community members on Friday at the Uvalde Civic Center. Gonzalez, a Republican who represents Uvalde in Congress, tweeted out pictures of McConaughey meeting with members of the Uvalde community on Friday. This week is a solemn reminder that evil exists in the world, but we will never let it break us, blah, 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 blah. He wrote, "We appreciate Uvalde native Matthew McConaughey helping us heal." In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, McConaughey shared a statement on social media, which didn't directly mention gun safety, but, and I'll just read you what he wrote. It's small writing, give me a minute. As you are all aware, there was another mass shooting today, this time in my hometown of Uvalde, Texas. Once again, we have tragically proven we are failing to be responsible for the rights our freedoms grant us. The true call to action now is for every American to take a longer and deeper look in the mirror and ask ourselves, what is it that we truly value? How do we repair the problem? What small sacrifices can we individually take today to preserve a healthier and safer nation, state, and neighborhood tomorrow? We cannot exhale once again, make excuses, and accept these tragic realities as the status quo. As the Americans, as Texans, mothers, and fathers, it's time we reevaluate and renegotiate our wants from our needs. We have to rearrange our values and find a common ground above this devastating American reality that has tragically become our children's issue. This is an epidemic we can control, and whichever side of the aisle we may stand on, we all know we can do better. We must do better. Action must be taken so that no parent has to experience what the parents in Uvalde and the others before them have endured. And to those who dropped off their loved ones today, not knowing it was goodbye, no words can comprehend or heal your loss, but if prayers can provide comfort, we will keep them coming.
Yep. No, and you sit there and you think, okay, so, here's this Hollywood personality, right? It's his hometown. And now you're sitting in a hotel somewhere going, should I go? Am I just going to be in the way? What? But no, I think having him go was a positive thing.
He was born in Uvalde, and his mother taught at St. Philip's Episcopal School, which is just a mile from the Robb Elementary School. So this was real close to home for him.
Yeah. No, and maybe that's the deciding factor, is that's home.
Yeah. No, fucking when I read that he was from Uvalde, I was shocked. Because the town itself is
tiny.
A lot of Latinos, I believe. But yeah, there's so many people who have been affected by this, and it doesn't matter. It's all everybody. So just
all right.
No, we gotta watch our narratives, people. We gotta stick to the truth and not let them lead us to say these dumb things like they waited for an hour for backup. No, backup arrived and they waited for another 35, 40, almost an hour.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. So let's
more like 55 minutes.
Let's keep the narrative straight, okay? And let's not be confused. This was wrong on every level.
We'll see what DOJ says in 2 years.
And I will say in terms of Bortak, I don't understand why, when you showed up and the shooter was still in a classroom, that you let some dickhead school sheriff tell you not to enter.
At one level, I don't understand how troops ever acknowledge a local cop, like they can advise.
It's fine. It's fine. He says, don't go in. You say, why not?
Sure.
Right? But once you've gotten the why not,
you should make a decision.
You should make a decision. Is he still in a place with children? Are children still bleeding on the floor?
Oh, yeah, no, we're getting
then
to
we're
that.
Going in.
Because really quickly, I'm going to get to the question again, but this time, instead of whatever oaths you've sworn, you're just a dude with a gun.
Yeah.
And there's another human with a gun who's a fucking problem.
Yeah. So go fix it.
Yeah. Again, this is our discussion about, everybody talk about good guys with guns. These were a bunch of guys with guns. None of them were good.
People fall all over themselves to tell me how good they are.
Yep.
And now we've got some measurement data.
Yep.
No, if you do not look at a gun as a tool, you are wrong.
Yep.
Cool.
And so, anyway.
All right.
Let's move
so
on
we got
to
updates.
Skywatch update with BoomerRex.
Right. So here we go. There is a chance tonight of having a meteor storm. Meteors come from the dust that's shed by comets as they fly around the solar system. And when we fly through the dust trail the comet left, right, we get meteor showers, right? So In 1966, we flew through a very dense portion of the dust trail from the Leonids. And it rained stars. It rained stars for 2 hours. You looked at the sky, and there was a point they were coming from. It was like that old screensaver, right, with the stars. Yeah. So, is this for sure going to happen? We don't know. We know this comet shattered. We know that event probably produced some dust. We don't know what the velocities of the dust particles were relative to the comet's path, right? There are all kinds of things we don't know. But there is a chance that tonight we're going to have a meteor storm, right? And again, the 1966 Leonid was nothing compared to meteor storms that happened in the 1800s. Right? Where there were 30,000 an hour.
Jesus.
Yeah. 40 a second. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Anyway, so is it guaranteed? Hell no. Right? We don't have any sampling of that dust cloud, but it's coming and it's going to hit us tonight. And it's going to hit us at a very specific time. And so here's the deal. If you're on the East Coast, it's supposed to peak at 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. You should for surezies go out 30 minutes prior and maybe an hour prior, right? And stay through the predicted peak. And if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But my God, imagine being able to see it rain stars.
Yeah.
I have never forgotten standing in my backyard, shivering, watching the Leonids fall like rain. So, if you're in Central Daylight Time, it's midnight. Mountain Daylight, 11 p.m. And if you're Pacific Daylight, it's 10 p.m. Right? And that's tonight.
Yeah.
Right?
So we're getting this posted early so that you all can prepare and be out there for it. And we're going to be out there for it. If we get anything good, we might try to make some videos or maybe try to go live on Facebook or something. I don't know if we can do that, but I'm not sure how it works with a business account. But
we'll find out.
I'll figure it out. So anyway, we love you all. Be fucking good to each other. Seriously.
Absolutely.
Seriously. I'm just so tired of this. I'm tired of reporting on all of this. Just fucking stop. Pay attention to those around you and help people that need help. Or
demand that your
get
political leadership, whether it's Republican or Democrat, fix some of the things that have made America into a failed state.
Into a game where one failure and you're out. Right, the old Nintendo hard games where you got hit one time and there went a life.
Started over.
Only now you don't have any extra lives.
Right.
And we have made a lot too many people feel that way.
Yeah, we need to fix this.
Folks are working 2 jobs to try to make ends meet.
Folks are working 3 jobs
Getting
to
sick
try to
will
make fucking ends
bankrupt
meet.
your family.
No, when did
So
working
this is
40
horseshit.
hours a week stop
And I
being enough?
don't expect many Republicans to support anything that will help. But if you know one who will, vote for them and jack them up when they don't.
Yeah.
And Democrats, pull your heads out of your goddamn asses, stay off the payrolls of the multinationals, and do something for fucking Americans instead of for your own pocketbook. Otherwise, fuck you. You deserve what's coming.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'd say Dems are first on the list if this goes south.
First against the wall when the revolution came.
All right.
What is that? Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide.
Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, heart, follow, review. Go to BoomerRexTonight, no spaces on Facebook for fun memes and a link to our Patreon. Give us $1. You can find us on YouTube as BoomerRex or check your favorite podcasting service for BoomerRexTonight. We can be found on over a dozen different platforms, including Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Samsung Podcast. And hit us up on Twitter at BRexTonight. And if you Google BoomerRexTonight, no spaces, all links will lead you to us. We love you all. We will see you back here tomorrow night.
And then we'll be able to tell you whether or not there was a meteor storm.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
and maybe we'll have video.
Oh, please,
or
let's have a
maybe
meteor
we'll go
storm.
live
That would be
tonight.
fun.
That would be amazing. If we have a meteor storm, I swear to God, we are going